Chicken Tikka Masala doesn't have to be radioactive and bright pink. If this is what you always order when you go to a restaurant, then let me tell you, you are in for a treat because my recipe is absolutely spot on.
Chicken Tikka Masala was never on the menu when we were kids. It's something that Mum never actually made. We've started making it now because it's a recipe in my book. Now, I wouldn't have put this recipe in my book had it not been for the nagging of my friends. They've always ordered chicken tikka masala when they go out to restaurants with me, and I've never understood why. But because they asked, I made my own version. So that's the one I'm going to share with you today. The first thing we have to do is the marinade. If you can prepare this the day before and marinate your chicken overnight, it will be much, much softer in your end curry. If you don't have time, like me usually, don't worry about it. Just make the marinade, put it on your chicken and whack it in the oven. It's totally fine. We're going to start with your onion. Green chilies, add as many or as little as you want. It's entirely up to you. The juice of 2 lemons, a tablespoon and a half of ginger and garlic paste. Then all of your spices. I have listed these in the caption so you know exactly what to put in. Then you're going to drizzle in some oil. You can use any you like, olive oil, a neutral oil, and then lastly your yogurt. Then all you need to do is give this a really good blitz. And then, I forgot earlier, I add in a concentrated tikka paste too. Now this is one that I make on my own. There is a recipe for this in my shorts somewhere, so if you dive through that content you'll find it. It just gives your chicken a really nice rich colour and flavour, and it just gives it that certain something. So if you've got some time, make my concentrate tikka paste. It honestly is a game changer. Ordinarily I would add in chopped coriander to my marinade, but I'm actually running low today, so I'm on rations. We're having DIY done to the house and I've not been shopping. I haven't had time. So we're making do without. So all you want to do now is pour in your marinade. I'm actually using all of it today because I've got 2 kilograms of chicken here and I want that extra sauce to contribute to the sauce in the chicken tikka masala when we cook it. Give this a really good mix in. And you can see there's actually quite a lot of marinade there, but that will just reduce down as it's roasting in the oven and create a nice thick sauce, which is what we want. Transfer that to a baking tray. And then depending on what size you've cut your chicken pieces, this should only take about 25 to 30 minutes in the oven at about 200 degrees Celsius. I'm using chicken breast because I like the texture and the flavour of chicken breast, but if you want to use chicken leg, that's absolutely fine. Just use whatever cut of meat you prefer. Just make sure it's evenly spread out in your baking tray and it will cook nice and evenly. And now I'm going to pop this in the oven, and while this roasts, we can get on with making our sauce. To make the sauce, or the masala, you're going to need oil in your pan. Again, use any you like, or you can use ghee or butter. Honestly, it doesn't matter. I tend to use whatever I'm in the mood to use. It changes on a daily basis, so you don't have to be precious about it, it's fine. Then into your oil or butter or ghee, you're going to add your onions. Now, I've got 2 fairly big onions today. And I'm using a mixture of red and brown or white onions because it just gives a nice mixture of flavours. The red onions tend to be a little bit sweeter and they just add a really nice kind of subtle sweetness to the masala. If you don't have a red onion or you don't have a white onion, don't worry too much about it. You can use either or. It's totally fine. And then into that, we are also going to add a couple of bay leaves. Now, I've got the European ones here today because I couldn't find any tez pata. The two are quite different in flavour. So if you've got the European bay leaves, they're a more kind of floral, fragrant type of bay leaf. If you've got the tezpata, it will give it a nice kind of earthy, really rich kind of almost cinnamony flavour. Either works. I'm just going with what I've got, so you can just use whatever you've got too. Then you're just going to give this a quick mix in, and what we want to do is leave these on a low heat to sweat down. So pop the lid on and reduce the heat. Don't leave them on their own. If you leave them just to cook on their own, you'll find that they'll brown unevenly. So just make sure you keep coming back and giving it a quick stir every now and then so that they brown nice and evenly. The brilliant thing about a chicken tikka masala is that it actually doesn't take that long to make. If you've got all of your ingredients prepped, by the time your chicken is roasted in the oven, your masala will be ready. You can put the two together and you're done. So in about 40 minutes, you've got a delicious curry. It doesn't have to take you hours. Prep is key. Your onions should be looking a little bit like this after about 10 or 15 minutes. Make sure you commit to this browning of the onions. If you let them go golden brown and really catch some colour, they will add a real richness to your masala, and they'll also break down into the sauce completely, so you won't need to blend it. If you've seen any of my videos, you'll know that I'm not a blender. I don't like puree. Just let them cook and they will just melt into the sauce. You won't even need to blend it. Then you're going to add in your ginger and garlic paste. I know we've already added it into the tikka, but you still need it in the sauce. We're going to cook that out until it's not smelling raw anymore. So it wants to be nice and golden, just like your onions. When the ginger and garlic is all cooked out, you can add in your passata. And when that's mixed in, you can add in your spices. And we're going to spend a minute or two just cooking these spices out, just to give them time to release their flavours and get friendly with the oil. Once your spices are all fully combined, you can then stir in your yoghurt. The yoghurt just adds a lovely tang to counter the sweetness of the onions and also helps to create a looser sauce. You want to really cook out that yoghurt until you can't see it at all anymore in the sauce. And you'll know you're kind of there when you see all of the oil separating around the edges. This is when you know you've reached the optimum point for your masala. Now, you might be tempted to add in water to this, but you don't need to. I know it looks dry now, but once the chicken is done, it will have released all of its own juices, so that will actually dilute this masala here. So don't add any water just yet. So just see how much you've got in your roasting tin before you're tempted to add more. Oh, right on cue. And now your chicken should look a little bit like this. I've avoided stirring it because I wanted to get those little charred bits on the top. So make sure you put this in the oven without any foil over the top and let it get that char. It will just add to the flavour. Then you can just add this straight into your pan, along with all of the juices and all of that liquid and all of the masala. Now you're just going to gently mix this through so that all of the masala from the pan and all of the masala from the chicken can mix together. You can now check your liquid levels. If you feel like you want to have a little bit more liquid in here, you can add that in now. I'm going to add a little bit in because mine is a little bit drier than I would like. Then I'm just going to crank the heat up, mix this through a little, pop the lid on, and then just leave this to simmer on a medium to high heat for a good minute or two, just so that all of those flavours can marry together. That gives you just enough time to chop up your coriander. I had to rescue this from the depths of my fridge. It's looking a bit worse for wear, but it still do. Then we can sprinkle in the coriander. And then all that's left is to mix this through and serve.
My friends begged me for a chicken tikka masala recipe. It's their favourite thing to eat, so I had to create one to put into my book Salan Roti. Drop me a comment and let me know if you try this. It goes great with a nice hot roti or a soft garlic naan, both recipes that you'll find in my shorts. Save it, share it, and if you're not subscribed yet, now's the time. There's plenty more where that came from. Go on, what are you waiting for? Make me proud.